Good afternoon, race fans. As we welcome you back here to SimTraX Broadcasting and the NSR Xfinity Cup, where we are getting locked and loaded here for the night. This is getting to be a wild one already for qualifying. We've already got the duels completed. Qualifying was underway, and these guys are about to get kind of fired up here and ready to race. We've got a few hiccups here on our side, especially since our streaming service has had a little bit of a hiccup and is doing absolutely nothing to fix it. So we're going to bring you the best of what we can here, where I'm sure you're pretty much guaranteed to see a great race no matter what and no matter who is starting in the front. Right now I'm showing Williams, Taylor, Ehrman, Payne, and Bruno starting 1 through 5 here. This should be an interesting run to get this race underway. Stella, I am showing, I believe, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, about 30 drivers out here on the track. And right now the pace car is getting ready to duck on off here in just a moment, and the race will be underway.
Yeah, that's a fantastic turnout for our first race of the season.
Yeah, many drivers are trying to figure out where their time to shine is going to be. And definitely with as many laps as they have to go, one lap as we get underway. 1 out of 120. Let's get this one rocking here as we get underway. Still, we've got people already trying to think about making a move, especially here in the back, trying to find a little breath of fresh air and see if they can sling on around.
I can understand them going from high side to low side if that's the way they've set their car up for, but at this point, it's way too early to be making rash moves.
Yeah, as we try to figure out what in the world is going on here on my side, as a couple of things have already fumbled and decided to start closing on me. We are trying to bring it to best, and Stella, go ahead and call it here, because I see somebody already pulling out of the pit. I believe that is Whitaker.
All right, well, I'm watching them coming in from turn 2. I don't have exactly who's, there we go. Lots of people running here. I do also have a notation that we had some penalties after. We have Malone, Kaizen, Foner, Borman, Kulikowski, Ferrara, and Saban that incurred some items that'll make them start as EOL on their next race. So these fellas need to be careful about some of the policies and procedures for the races. One of them being do not run through more than 3 pit stalls coming or going, and don't go too far down. So I think everybody knows what they should be doing tonight, and let's take a look. We've got Taylor, Williams, Payne, Bruno, Brissett, Priest, Banks, Slade, Sikosi. Everybody's piling up in there and running fast.
Yeah, as we're trying our best here right now, I'm sure Williams is pretty happy to be out in front there for Team Conti. Once again, joining here on the Xfinity League, the NSR Xfinity League, that is. They're out front. Bruno only missing last season's championship by about half. I believe it was about half a second, if I'm not mistaken, as he was sitting in second, unfortunately, still trying to come back and win it. Right now, Johnny Taylor is the one to come away with the season championship. We are seeing the battle here in the front right now from Williams, Bruno, and Taylor right now. That's looking like a pretty solid run here. They kind of shoot across the line here, heading into turn 1 for lap number 4. This is an interesting shot here, as we are still 2 by 2. Sometimes we get here at Daytona, flinging around the track, trying to get back single file and start worrying about how far they're going to get out and how they're going to save that fuel. And Stella, talk to us a little bit about it. How many sets of tires do we have? What kind of fuel and stage brakes?
Oh, well, we are looking at 120 laps with stage brakes at 30 and 60. There should be 3 sets of tires in the pits. That's what it shows on the schedule. However, the announcements says 4 in the pits. So we shall see as the night goes on. It
definitely becoming a problem for some of the guys out there if they're going to, whether they have the right amount of tires out there. It's going to be very sketchy if they can't keep it collected. We've already seen some trouble out of other guys out there who've had nothing but trouble. Some guys are already starting at, and I think that's what gets me, is starting with a penalty on the first race of the season. That's going to be even more brutal out there, is trying to figure out how that's going to, how they're going to handle that kind of fallback here, Stella, as we, as you kind of get going on a season. You want to have a good finish and a good start at the beginning, but if you're already kind of cut down here, that's not going to work out very well to actually get you going for the year. Many guys and I don't know, any other fellow iRacers that may be tuned into this one out here, you know well that it is not a good thing to have, let's say, a 20th place finish on the start of the season, as we've got a guy out here trying to figure out if that is going to be the best call for him tonight, if he's going to be able to kind of squeak in and make it here on the remainder of the season, actually with a top 10 possibility.
Yeah, I'd say the season is long between the times where people miss races and the times that, you do well, then he does well. It's way too early to worry about a single EOL start. I've seen in some leagues where they will start in the pit and still win the race. So, everybody has their day.
Yeah, well, their day could be cut short if they're not careful out there. Definitely a lot of things that we will notice is whether or not they're going to survive here to the end. It's going to be kind of a tumble up here, Stella, as we see a couple of people out there already making some moves. Right now, the number one of Brandon Banks dropping off the surface here and rotating back all the way to the 20th position. I don't know if I'd agree with him making that shift like that. I don't know if that's going to pay off for him later on in the run, but this is looking pretty wild here so far. We're still led by Williams. Taylor settles into the second position already, so that's going to be an interesting angle there. Bruno sits third. Payne is fourth. Remains top five. Priest drops out from the top couple of positions, now in sixth. Cope sits seventh. Slade is eighth. McDaniel is ninth, and Minor is 10th. So rounding out our top 10, as these guys kind of fly on through this track here, you notice they're kind of side by side. Everybody kind of tucking in a nice, comfortable area. But it's not going to last like that forever, as I see these guys are going to be kind of crunching down when it comes to the stage break.
Oh, without a doubt. Stage breaks should make their fuel window negated. However, that last one from 60 to 120, if we don't have a flag, we should probably see a green flag pit stop.
All right, well, I don't know about you, but green flag pit stops are one of my favorite out there. Definitely seeing these guys shuffle around, make that decision. It's got to be quick. They can't back out on it. I would probably say we're not going to see a whole lot of tire swapping here tonight unless they only take one side, maybe a set of right sides and a full tank of fuel to get back out there, unless it is a caution. And then they may take it upon themselves to determine whether or not they're going to come in or they're going to kind of shift back and forth whether or not it's the best call for them and the team to take a set of tires. Even that, I mean, if you got somebody like Stoney out there, who's Stoney Benfield, right now is sitting in 12th. Right now, that would be an excellent move, is let's say throw on a right set of tires or no tires at all, and get himself up about another 5 positions. But Stella, only 10 laps into this race here so far. We are still being led by Johnny Williams out front in the number 5. So far, so good. He is continuing to roll on through here and kind of lead this pack, and really he's got to be pretty confident in himself on how fast he's moving up, and not how fast he's moving up, but how he's still hanging on to the lead. We've got a couple of guys shuffling in and out here of the lead, and they're trying to battle it on back. Taylor working his way on that outside line, and I'm interested to see, how it's going to go with Team Conti really taking this entire league by storm. If they're going to be able to do a repeat here on the next run. Johnny Taylor finally getting the lead here on that outside line, and still a good gain so far.
Yeah, good gain. I'm watching a couple numbers here, so I can help remember. Our 19 is 93, so I'll keep an eye on Mike. Wow. Yeah, they're jumping around. I think I've got Bruno in the 19 car. So for anybody out there who's watching that Liquid Molly, that is 82 showing in the column. and 19, and he's given a nice good push.
Yeah, right now it's looking pretty good for him so far. He's got the good angle here as he continues the battle on through. And so far, Stella, I'm noticing, you know, everybody is still maintaining. We don't have a whole lot of shuffle ups that we saw in another league or even on Wednesday. These guys definitely squeezed into one line and kept on going. These Xfinity cars are still remaining in really actually a pretty decent 2x2 line as we go on back, and not too much separation either, even all the way back to Eddie Rose, who's hanging out there and kind of in the backfield here in the number 46 we see as he's matched by the number 14 car. So you know, you kind of see everybody is starting to get a little bit of separation here, but honestly, the way I'm looking at it here a little bit, the number 8 of Mark Sikosi here, still sitting top 5. Really, this is a high spot for him to be in when normally he hangs back and lets the race come to him.
Yeah, he does. We talked to him last race about that. Was it a strategy? Was it defensive? What was the plan? And it does. It works out for him very often. But it's nice to see him playing it up a little bit.
Yeah, still figuring out where he's going to go. Right now, Sikosi gaining a couple of spots here on the night. Right now, it's looking really good here so far. Strength of field's about that 2,800 mark, so these guys are definitely picking up some great drivers and really experienced ones. Right now, I'm still led by John Williams out there in the number 5. Bruno sits second, and right now, I think John Williams just got Johnny Taylor just got in front as Johnny Williams drops down to second. And Williams looking to battle right back on through. So notice how that 19 machine is starting to really snug up on him here. And this is looking really, really good here so far still, as these guys are still pushing and still kind of maintaining some distance between each other. But some are getting a little closer because they get a little tired of somebody wiggling there on that top line. And no, Priest is definitely giving a little wiggle around up there in the number 0 car as right now Sikosi's getting pretty close to the door drafter of the 93 car of Andrew Payne.
Yeah, I don't know about pushing or being pushed by anybody who saws back and forth. That's a recipe for a disaster, and call for there's the big one.
Yeah, well, last thing you want to do is be the causer, the one who causes the big one as they kind of shuffle around. Right now, this is still early here in the race. Still, there's only 15 out of 20 laps have been completed here. These guys are shuffling around a good bit. Feeling pretty confident, though, I got to admit, but I wonder, kind of in the back of your mind, what is the thought process here? What are they doing to kind of sit back and figure out whether this is a good, where they sit is a good idea, or if it's if it's if it's going to be a time to move up to the front.
Well, I don't know 120 laps at 16 if this is the time to move up front. I think why not play it safe the first stage. See how everybody's going, see how you work with the guy next to you. It's always going to be a shuffle up when they go into the pit anyway. This is kind of a no-risk situation at this stage in the race, I think.
Yeah. Well, we got a couple of people out there already getting ahead of us and kind of calling a winner so early into the race. Normally, I wait till about 25 to go. Already, Jay is out there rooting on Cole Larson. He better backtrack on that one. I don't believe I see a Larson out here. He may be there during the Cup Series. Hopefully we'll see him out here during the Xfinity or give it a shot. Right now, see Itachi out there is rooting on Dylan Walterman. And I'm looking, and honestly, I'm looking for Walterman because Walterman's kind of been hanging in the back. I believe he's sitting right now in 17th. And right now he's got to work his way up to the front here, as this is not looking very solid, but this is kind of how Walterman does it. He hangs back a little bit, and then he kind of toys around just outside the top 10 as a finish. I'm sure he would love to be able to battle back and see if he can push his way to the front and not really have any issues out there. But I don't know, Stella. I would be extremely surprised to see no wrecks or accidents out here. That would really be something to see.
It would. Green flag racing for 120 laps at Daytona, that would be very surprising. Pleasure to see, mind you, but at this point, if that was the case, I would want to see some action. These guys are not going to say, "Hey, I guess 15th is good enough," and sit back. They're gonna start pushing, each other and getting around pretty soon. You get tired of seeing the same guys bumper.
Yeah, yeah, and definitely, right now I think what really confuses me here is I don't feel like we have somebody out there who has a battle buddy. You want to go out there, find somebody who can, go nose to tail here, and help you push up to the front. There's a little bit of shuffling we see back here around the number 51 area, and right now that 51 is being driven by Combs out there. So far, it seems everybody just kind of hanging on here a little bit. Already dropping off the table here a little bit is the number 4. Looks like that should have been Minor there in the back, but I'm showing these
We
might be
have
in the
two.
wrong
We
car.
Yeah, we have 2 4s tonight.
All right, well, I don't know. Is it Parks?
Not sure.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, there was one right behind the other a minute ago. So.
All right, well, we're going to see if we can sit there and chop away a little bit. I want to make daggone sure that paints haven't been changed here kind of out of nowhere. And see if we can chase this down just a little bit.
Okay.
And then we'll try to reconvene that issue. But Stella, as we got already, Bruno now slinging into the lead here. That's looking pretty good here for the number 15 machine. Excuse me, the number 19, I believe. As we kind of get out there on the track, and these guys just, I'm interested. I think what it is I'm so confused as to why we are seeing the right guy and the wrong guy up here in the front.
It's never the wrong guy in the front. If he's in the front, that's where he should be. But yeah, yeah, Bruno's running 82 in the column and 19 on the car. So that you do have the right person, but Williams currently in the number 5 car is in the lead.
We're trying to give it our best here. These things definitely tripping us up here a little bit as these guys battle on through. We are sitting on inside of Johnny Taylor's car. Right now he is sitting 4th, not looking too good right now as he snugs down close to Sikosi. Following behind the 19. Right now with Bruno, who does have the lead, but he leaves the screen. At least he comes back. Good Lord. I'm interested to see, look how kind of crooked the steering wheel is here. The steering wheel here for Johnny Taylor. Notice he doesn't have the orange line straight up and down.
Yeah. So when they do run, even in the corners, it's still up, straight up and down.
No, but they should
Okay.
be turning and it's okay. Let me see if we can find see if Sikosi is any different.
Yeah, because on the backstretch, it's only got a 2-degree banking. The banking on the turns is 31 degrees. Out there on the dogleg tri-oval, you're looking at 18 degrees. So, no, maybe they found something clever. That's close.
Man, a lot of things going on out there. I'm looking to see if Stony Benfield is moving around a little bit out there as they continue to battle along this track. Stella, this track has got a lot of history to it. It's 2.5 miles. You wouldn't think so much could happen, but it's been open for about 70 years, I thought.
Yeah, since 1959 is when they opened this track. They've made a lot of changes over the years. I mean, there were road courses, and they were running clockwise directions. They've had a lot of different things run here.
Yeah, and I'd be interested to see what all if all that works out to benefit some of these drivers, seeing what somebody else has used or done. I think that's what I'm trying to say is like when you see how Richard Petty raced out here, yeah, it may have been in a different car, but how did they do it? How did Jeff Gordon do it? How did, Dale Earnhardt do it? How did they shuffle around, get the right position they needed, and be able to push their way here to the front and find out where that strategy is? Have they taken any of that into account and try to use that to their advantage?
Well, I'm not sure. I think a lot of these fellas probably weren't even alive when those old classics were racing. But how do you convert that kind of methodology to a set of pedals and being a wheel taped down to your disc? It's can sometimes be different depending on what they're racing. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. Well, it's. I think it would be pit strategy. If we got the more iRacing continues to develop, the more we're starting to notice dynamic track conditions. We're seeing dynamic tires. We're this last one. So a lot of things are changing out here to make it more realistic out here, and that's a lot of what I'm kind of what I look for out here is what are these guys doing to change this up? How are they shuffling around to be in the right position? Is it really a top 10 a good place to be? Or is it really, do you want to hang out in 15th because you're expecting the big one? And this will be, try to figure out how they shuffle this around and kind of where the right combination is. As I believe we are coming up on a little bit of lap traffic here. Ooh, yeah, I believe that's the Dakota Earman out there, isn't it?
Yeah, they're trying to squeak. Oh, wow. Trying desperately to stay on that lap. They only have 4 more to go before the stage, and didn't make it. Yeah,
well, as we sit here watching them go down the backstretch here, we've got a couple of guys who are not in the best shape. Dakota Earman is one of them, as they ended up getting the leaders 3 wide there, sliding on through, but he's still trying to battle back here. Not looking too good here for Earman, as right now he is falling behind Whitaker. Whitaker not having a great night as well either, and now these two are both a lap down, and they're going to be playing chase as the 58 black car out there, the Chevy, right now in that Chevy, trying to shoot his way on through. One driver I do want to point out is that 0 here of Jesse Priest. Priest is now fallen out of the top 10 here and is now down to 14th. So a strategy is being played here as he's looking to fight his way back to the front, but he does want to remain close. You don't want them to fall off at all, but you want to kind of have an opportunity to see if you can try to run one of these guys down here if you can.
Yeah, I would not. Moving backwards is not usually the 62. Is not usually a good idea. However, if lead, follow, or get out of the way. If they've got to move back due to something not quite good with the car, say it's a little loose in the back, I'd rather them move back than take somebody out because they can't handle the speed up front. But we have 1 more lap to go before our first stage break.
That's a bummer because some of the lap times here, even set by Justin Cope, are actually starting to pick up the speed here a little bit. Average about lap 10 was 46.991. Then we ended up with a 47.012 on lap 15. Lap 20, he's at 47.006. So not too bad as these guys continue to shoot on through. As Justin Cope is actually starting to pick up a little bit of speed here. So I'm wondering if he's going to be able to continue that on throughout the race and kind of match that here coming up on lap 30. Cope is sitting 5th here at the moment as these guys try to see if they can shoot on through and come away with something here at the beginning of this stage. Outside line starting to take over as the number 5 of Johnny Williams is going on through. Johnny Taylor, and we've got the number 4 getting turned around.
Yes.
There's the big one.
Wow. I find it amazing. We just watched the races the other day, and the same thing happened. right before the stage break, he blew his engine. Before the stage break, they had an accident, so they never really had a caution and a stage. All they had was the stage break itself. So, and here we go again, doing it again.
Yeah, something I would like to put in into a little bit of a check here is this going to be an issue here for Dakota Earman? Is he going to be able to get his lap back? Is Whitaker going to be able to get his lap back? I want to know, guys who decide to pit, guys who didn't pit, does somebody get a lap back here? And I would kind of rally cap here that Dakota Earman gets his lap back, makes it back onto the lead, and then he's able to go ahead and get started, especially since
I believe so. He should.
Yeah, I thought he started from the pit. I might be incorrect. It might have been Whitaker was the only one that was
in that group.
Starting with a penalty.
Let's see. No, it was in my set. It was not. It was not Earman, unless you have a different run of them per penalties.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll try to figure out at some point when he ended up a lap down here. Let me see if we can float on back and take a look at what caused this caution. As pit road heats up, drivers are going to be coming down. Probably 4 tires and fuel and get back out there on the track. Guys, hold on just a moment. We'll try to figure out what happened here. Trying to see if we can get this underway. We're taking a look here at the number 4 car, and if I'm not mistaken, the 62 is trying to shoot the gap. Taking on the outside here is Stoney Benfield in the number 75. I don't think the 4 has any clue he's there, because even if a spotter is talking to him, they're going to tell you car on the inside, and he has no idea it's a car on the inside +1, which unfortunately the 62 rotates up, makes a little contact here. And that's going to start this fiasco, is where you see the 4 make contact with the wall. 62 decided that tap on the left rear wasn't enough, wanted to give it to him just a little more. Blasts him to pieces here. Yeah, as we stick kind of with Earman here. Look at Priest trying to stay in the grass. He can't believe it's still chasing him here. He has the 62. I think his night will be done as well. Yep. So that's going to definitely shuffle this one up a little bit. Alrighty, Stella, we are back here on that lead lap. Well, at least on the lap that we originally started, guys are on. I'm still showing Earman as a lap down here, unfortunately. I don't know if it's still tangled up. I'm watching him drive around now, though. It almost looks like he is playing catch-up. I don't know if he'll be able to come on back. Like I said, I believe my wife out there is even saying that it's normal streaming service that we use to bring you guys actually more than this is actually down, and there's absolutely no support after 5 p.m. So, of course, everything goes ahead and bites the dust right at that moment.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. So we're going to try to give it definitely try to give it the best we can here, Stella. We're trying to make the best of it. These guys are definitely doing something out here. Guys shuffling around. I'm interested, what can they do? Or what can they not do? If we get back green here, what is everybody's plan? I mean, I'm assuming stay out of trouble, but there's no guarantee. Williams, Taylor, Sikosi sitting 1, 2, and 3. Looks like Bruno will be hanging out there in the 3rd or 4th position. Payne still remains as the green flag is back out. We are back underway, and this is continuing on as a couple of guys are already out. The 62 who got the start of that last caution is blown to bits. And Rise, he's down and out. Looks like he is taking it back to the pits. Unfortunately, that means Rise has settled for, I believe, a 19th position finish. Right now, Ehrman is sitting 18th, and that is going to be the hard battle for him. But Stella, look at how everybody's single file this time around.
Sure did.
Yeah, not taking really any chances. I believe that is Cope there on the outside with the 16 machine of McDaniel. And the 46 out there of Eddie Rose. Now, if I'm not mistaken, normally Eddie Rose is out there in a solid black car, but he looks like he's got Motorcraft sponsoring him this time. As you see, the sun is setting. We're starting to get a good bit of shadow out there, and I know some people don't really think a whole lot that's not that bad, but actually when you're shooting into turn 1, you are blinded before you can reach the turn.
That is exactly what I was fixing to ask you. Watching these shadows and glares bouncing back and forth, is if we can take a ride in one of the cars and see what they see through the windshield. As you know which turn it is. That's pretty woo. Sorry, watching 14 and 16 back there, having some good a good time.
Yeah, they're still going on through here. We'll see if we can get inside the cockpit of one of these cars. A little bit of a block here by Bruno. We have the car set back a little bit here. You'll notice it, right, as they break through. Fortunately, the mirror is blocking. You see the sun peeking over there on the right pillar, and you have trouble seeing out that side. So, a lot of what you're seeing here, Stella, it's going to be hard for these guys to figure out really the exact angle they need to be to one, help to combat that. We keep you keep throwing it back there a little bit to the sim. These guys are in a sim rig. Well, I don't have a shade on the front of my helmet here, and that's definitely blinding. You see a little bit of blink there.
Oh!
Yeah, and as it starts to settle down, I'm sure we'll be racing under the lights here in probably about another 30 to 40 minutes. We may be under the lights, which means track conditions will start to cool down. Adjustments will need to be made to go ahead and keep the remainder of this race competitive here. As I'm kind of looking, yeah, Ehrman still remains a lap down. Walterman is our last guy here on the lead lap. As they continue to shoot down the backstretch here, nobody really contesting here, as everybody is single file going ahead and getting lap 37 halfway complete.
Yeah, looking good. It's interesting that they all came out and went straight to the single file as soon as the green flag came down. It's quite the change up. Do you think that accident kind of gave a little bit of nerves?
Well, I think it shook everybody up here, and everybody's like, guys, we need to make it. Seeing how many drivers it took out. I hate to see it. Right now, I do question what's happened to Eddie Rose here. Down 3 laps. I think he's trying to make a comeback here.
And he's back in the black car. Sorry. He stopped. See? No. There's... Oh, boy. Yeah, I think we have... keeping us on our toes.
Yeah, well, especially a new part of the season, you notice guys are trying to change up their paint schemes,
Yeah. They really need to make sure that their numbers are gonna match up with everything before they set in, because no amount of restarting trading paints is gonna fix this.
We
Well,
are
they
still.
go. So Priest is still back there in ninth. Okay. Like you say, he fell back. I see now he's still not moving back up much either.
Yeah, still, kind of from the outside looking at these guys. The way these guys are working, I'm wondering if do we see Thomas Stanley out there?
Did not?
Okay, I wasn't sure because I was kind of taking a peek here at Full Send Racing. Dylan Walton and Thomas Stanley are teamed up here tonight. I don't know if Stanley is out there spotting for him. I wasn't sure if he is if he's also RC here tonight. I don't know if.
Yeah, he's in Full Send Racing with Dylan Walter, but I do not know whether he is currently on the track, or like you say, spotted.
Yeah. Yeah, there's just not an opportunity here. So we can fight to try to get our system back. I would check that out. Waffle House in front of this car here.
I like it.
It should be, if I'm not mistaken, that should be Hastings. That should be Justin Hastings, I believe.
Ah,
Yeah. I believe so.
yeah, number 4, Jason Hastings.
Obviously, I don't believe a single number up there in the tower, huh?
I don't. I'm looking at the roster we were given. I apologize. Maybe we'll find some updates from the league and get some clarification before next race.
Yeah.
It's a coulda, woulda, shoulda. If you would like, I could drop in the garage at Full Send Racing and oh, we have an accident in the back. 2 cars just took each other out back there.
Yeah, trying to see what
Jay, Waffle House, 3 a.m.
Stella, were you able to see what color car it was? I don't have anything on anybody wrecking out here.
No, I just saw 2 of them tag and end up in the infield, but
Okay, because it wasn't enough to cause any sort of a caution.
I see that. Yeah, they were in the back. I just saw them out of the corner. Is anybody sitting in pits?
No.
What the? Okay. As I was saying, I could drop down to the Full Send garage and see whether Tom Stanley is racing, just by listening in, if you'd like.
Yeah, I'm not sure. What I'm saying is Thomas Stanley is not out on the track. I saw him joined up there still, and I wasn't sure if he was out there spotting. That's all I was asking. But not that big of a deal out there right now. Monster Motorsports and Justin Cope, Sikosi, and Benfield, they're not doing too bad here tonight as Benfield breaks into the top 5. Solid driver here so far by the number 75 car as he gets around the number 12. Right now, that is the number 12, I believe, of Joshua Slade. Right now, the number 12 Chevrolet. That is a fantastic move here so far. Best lap time here for Joshua Slade, sitting at 46:31 out there on the track as these guys have been shuffling up here the past couple of laps. Right now, 46 machine on the outside. I'm not sure if that is Robinson. I'm wondering if that is who that is out there in the incorrect car number. Right now, Robinson is out there trying to make something of it here. He qualified down in 19th position. Right now is hanging out in 6th. This is doing a great slide here so far, but I'm interested, can he continue this run? John Williams started on the pole. He's getting pulling in first and qualified in first. And John Williams has yet to move any position here so far, and he's still running a great race. I'm just blown away by how many guys have been shuffling around here. John Hamrick, I mean, he even qualified down in 24th. He's up to 9th. This is doing so far so good out of the remainder here of this race. Now, can he continue this kind of a run? I'm interested. I don't know. I mean, this is really doing a fantastic job by a couple of these guys. But unfortunately, I believe it looks like Minor has taken it back to the garage. And that may be the end here of his night. So we've got already a few guys getting marked out of this one. And already, we've got guys shuffling it up. Right now, Richard McDaniel now sits in that 8th spot here. Not too good right now as he's been shuffling around. McDaniel and Benfield going at it. Remember, I was just talking about Benfield sitting in 5th. And now he's dropped down all the way to 8th, and he's rolling on back, still continuing to battle here. So the faster pastor having a little bit of trouble here finding his groove as the outside line finally comes alive and starting to pick up a bunch of positions as we come 3 wide heading out of 4.
Yeah, that's what I was just looking at. I don't think Stoney was moving back. It was that outside line of 3 cars that just sent it.
Yeah, as they shoot on down, heading into turn 1. Still 2 by 2 up front for at least 4 rows. They continue this run. This has been a fantastic race here so far. Only 1 tangle up here. We had a caution way back when, and unfortunately that definitely destroyed a bunch of cars out there who were unable to continue on from that hit. Right now, I believe Dylan Walterman is down a lap. Justin Cope and Ehrman are down a lap. So there isn't a single Toyota here on the lead lap, only Fords and Chevys. And David Robertson is the only Ford here in the top 10 along with Stoney Benfield. So this is kind of shuffling around a little bit here, Stella. I don't know if anybody else is going to be able to kind of kick it off here and play a little bit of catch-up. But I'm seeing something's happening out there to John Williams, and I don't know if he's real happy about what's going on out there or if he's being raced a way he doesn't like, as the inside line is trying to hold on here. Outside line is snugging down, trying to get a little bit of that door draft to not let him get away, but it is not playing out very well here as these guys continue on through to get lap number 50 complete.
Yeah, lap number 50. It means we're 10 away from our second and final stage, unless these guys choose to have a big wreck again and take their stage break away. But we are 3 wide in the front row.
Yeah, right now still making a good split here is what we are seeing. Excellent job here by everybody holding their line heading into this one. The 12 machine is caught right now, Slade, as he was gaining a lot of positions here on the night as he slides up right now, hanging out in 3rd, but he is crushed. Still continuing on through. The 5 gets actually escorted out of the front line and is falling back. Not too good here as these guys continue their roll. Right now, I believe that is John Williams in the number 5, losing a lot of positions here. He's got to do some more work to get caught back up to this one. Lap 51 is definitely a blast on that as John Williams gets knocked out, sliding back, unfortunately, more than a handful of positions here, and now he's going to have to play catch-up as the outside line, he goes from the lead down to 9th. So, wow, I mean, just a lot of movement here as this front row is not interested in making any slowdowns out there on the track.
Yeah, that was amazing. Slade in 12th, being the meat and the sandwich there. And right after that, we were looking at Payne, who popped out, decided he was going to shoot the gap in the middle. And then all of a sudden, the 46 comes down and says, oh, we're making a line? Zoom. And that's all she wrote. They just pinched Williams out completely. And like you say, now he's back there in 8th or 9th.
Yeah, well, right now I give it to Slade. Slade is holding the outside and has gotten the lead here for about a few seconds here, as I believe Bruno's getting ready to take him over here. Shows out there in the 82, but I'm still showing 19 on the side of his car. Got a lot of work here left to do, especially with their paint groups. As we continue this battle here, Stella, right now we are getting ready to come up on the halfway point of this race. Our next stage is at what lap?
60.
Ooh, all right. Well, 60 will be a good number as they've got 7 laps left to go to get this one complete. So far, pit times out of there. Slade was a 14.5 last time he was down. Johnny Taylor was a 12 seconds, and really a lot of guys only taking 2 tires. John Williams and Stoney Benfield, both of them with an 11.8 second pit stall time. And we've got somebody sliding through the infield here. I'm not sure if that is... the entrance.
Wow. I believe that might have been like an attempt at pit road entry and blew it. Either that or he got pushed off the side and made a spectacular recovery.
Oh, man, what an interesting shot there, kind of shooting through the infield. That is not what he wanted to see, as unfortunately that is
a no.
Yeah. Wow.
But you can't advance doing that. If you maintain and come back onto the track, say at the end, is that cool?
What do you mean? Like if you fall off the track like that, then what?
Yes. And you come back, but you don't pass anybody. Because that's the whole thing. They say you can never pass below the line. So say he lost 8 positions, and comes back up. Is he okay, or is it some kind of, uh-oh, there goes Priest way down. What in the world is going on? He just did exactly the same thing. Is there a new pothole in Daytona?
No, there's something going on here in the front. We've got a guy around. Number 16's loose. It looks like McDaniel. No caution. I'm kind of beside myself here.
Yeah. Can we... Usually iRacing does the cautions, and we don't have to depend on race control for that. But at this point,
Yeah, we'll see if we can see what happens to the 16 here. Oh, the 42 locked him up.
oh, man.
But that is why there's no caution. Excellent save by the 16.
Yes. Alrighty then. He's just going down there to catch his breath. My goodness. It almost looked like the two of those fellas in the front had hooked themselves together.
Yeah. Well, they had really moved out there pretty well. It looked like everybody stayed pretty close. I'm amazed to see how that didn't end up worse than it did.
Yes.
All right, watch that outside line here. If I'm not mistaken, that should be Taylor there on the outside. I Right now, I'm
Yeah.
looking to see if he's going to be able to battle his way back to the front as the 88 machine, and it is. It should be Johnny Taylor. No, we'll check out, see how the door draft is working out for him. Continuing on through.
Yes.
Holding it nice and close here. Sakosi trying, and that's the key, is waiting for that guy on the bottom line to hold his line as they get on through.
Saw Priest do a little wiggle. So things are starting to get... Oh, we got a little push on the outside line.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to take a look and see if that is Hastings. I think that's Hastings there in the 58.
It's the other one. It's the other black car. What did they used to call that? The other... Oh, it's the other white meat. Yes, he's the other black car.
The only 58 I have out there is Whitaker. Whitaker right now is 22 laps down. Okay, that is Whitaker.
Okay.
Holy cow. So Michael Whitaker right now, who's running right now in the 19th position, is pushing Johnny Taylor out front here. Yeah, showing lap 37 that he's on. You see up there in the top left. Let's get back where Johnny Taylor is. Johnny Taylor about to push himself up to the front here.
I have 1, 2, and 3 as Bruno, Williams, and Robertson.
Yeah.
I'm dying.
Yeah, I'm showing that here as well. Bruno, Williams, and Robertson.
Okay. And we know that ain't right.
Nope.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe we'll all catch up, and the stage break is coming up. We are on lap 60. I'm hoping anybody will throw the caution for that.
They'll be able to call the caution there, Stella, saying this league is sponsored by Admin Box. These guys are going to go ahead and try to see if they can push their way through. They'll be able to throw the caution. What race control is good for is watching such things as pit boxes driven out of.
Yeah.
Black flags need to be waved, things like that. Because iRacing is far from perfect.
Well, because the top 10 cars have passed the start-finish line.
And we are under caution.
Oh, good. Okay. Whew.
Still, it's halfway, and I'm about ready to pull my hair out.
I'm flabbergasted. Yeah. Can I call in sick now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I may write a strongly worded letter to the powers.
SDK.
Ooh.
Okay. SDK. You pay the money for the subscription, and then they do absolutely no technical help because they're based out of the UK. So unfortunately, we are halfway shut down on maybe one of the most important races here of the year. And these guys have absolutely nothing to do or say about it. We've run into this problem before, and what ends up happening here, Stella, is honestly, iRacing makes an update, which is what happened is they've now installed rain out here on iRacing.
No.
And what has happened is when iRacing makes an update like that, it gives a new authentication code. And instead of being proactive, we end up becoming reactive. And we end up in a situation like this. It doesn't hurt their pocket at all. They have still been paid for the service, but you are going to get the actual bare minimum from them to get their service working. So
yeah.
I'm sure when you see us tune back in on Tuesday, for the National Oval Racing Association, and you see us tune back in to the to the NSR Series, the Cup Series on Wednesday, I'm sure we'll be right as rain until then. But this is we're gonna have to see if we can fight this and make do with what we got here. Seeing what we got really to deal with. I'm not pleased with what we're seeing here, but we are definitely trying to make the best of what we got.
Yeah, well, we'll just say our apologies, and we will do better. Oh. Alrighty. What do you say? Maybe a reload of that tower, and shake it up a little bit.
Yeah, I'll see what we can do.
Okay. Okay. Let's see where we are. Well, if that's Priest, right behind Stony. Okay. Well, 7 and 8 are good.
Yeah, I'm still showing Taylor in that 11th, about the 11th position.
Okay.
Okay, car's coming down. Yeah, right now I've got Bruno, Williams, Robertson, Payne, and Slater, 1 through 5.
Huh.
But we got a lot of mix-ups out there on the track, so they're even shuffling around and confusing us even more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he should be tucking up behind Stoney here. Stoney knows where he needs to be, sitting 7th.
Posey's behind him in 8th. That's good. Blade's in front of Stoney. That's good. All right. There we go. Payne, 4th. That would make number 46. Car number. Robertson in the 61. Really? Yeah, that's exactly what that is.
Well, Stella, pace car lights are out.
Yeah. And we'll be off.
Yeah, we'll be kicking off here in just a moment. A couple more.
One thing I have to say is Williams is actually back up front again from being in 9th.
Yes.
That's some moving and grooving in the pit stalls.
Yeah, he had a pretty decent time. Williams had a 14.3 second pit stall time. I'm showing Jason Hastings had a 7-second pit stall time.
Ooh.
I don't know if he came down, did a splash and go, and back out he went.
Can't imagine them moving any faster to get anything else done.
Let's get this one back underway as we're back under green flag. 56 laps left to go here in this race as we continue on through. Outside line is already deteriorated. We're down to only about 5 cars left out there. Priest is way back here, showing him back there about that 14th position. He's going to be trying to bring up the back. Brandon Banks, I'm seeing Banks is up to at least 12th. He was battling alongside the edge of going a lap down. He's trying to have some troubles. Right now, we are seeing Williams. Williams now dropping way back here, down to 6th. He's trying to play big-time catch-up here, as unfortunately it looked like that inside got the best of him. Right now, that does leave Bruno, Robertson, Slade, Benfield, and Sikosi.
As 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Yes. Yep, as we I'll tell you what, Stella, the gremlins on the backside here, I swear.
Oh, I can't even imagine.
Conan the Barbarian over there.
Trying to kill them all as fast as we can.
Oh man. All right. Well, let's kind of keep an eye here on Bruno, because I definitely like seeing what he's got going on out here. We're trying to find out what Bruno's running here. This should be the 82 machine. We're taking a look. So far, so good. As right now, he's right in front of David Robertson. David Robertson, qualifying 19th here on the night. Right now, he's running second. So this is a fantastic run by him here so far on the night. So close. His best time tonight is sitting at that 46.9. Not too bad here as these guys start picking up a little bit of pace here. Most of the pit stall times involve having a little bit of repair, obviously fuel, and then being able to take tires. So this should be a good shot here, Stella. I'm waiting to see if this is their opportunity that some may take. Notice that outside line has got the number 14 creeping up the side of Hamrick. Hamrick actually a driver who starts dead last.
He is doing exactly what you talked about at the other race the other day. Didn't need anybody drafting behind him or pushing, just snugs up just close enough to get that door draft, and he's able to keep up even though he's alone.
Yeah, but you got to admit, when you do drive like that, I would highly recommend making sure you have quality equipment and a good reaction time. As you see, he does pull away from the side of Stoney and from the side of Sikosi here, and has lost a valuable amount of time. So now it looks like the number 4 is going to snug up behind him here. Try to give him a push. Right now I'm seeing that as Jason Hastings out there. He started 11th tonight, and right now mostly Chevrolets here in the top 10. Interesting enough to see how this is kind of unfolding here. One more caution, Dylan Walterman will be back on the lead lap as he sits down in the 15th spot. Walterman would love to be able to come back and have a good placement tonight. But Stella, when you are already a driver like Eddie Rose, 4 laps down, Ralph Hutchinson, 10 laps down, I mean, man, how do you come back from something like this? That's just not it's just not the easiest thing to do. Some of these guys, it just takes the wind right out of your sails. And the key is just figuring out how to come back from that, and it's not as easy as it looks.
No, I can't imagine it would be. This is one of those tracks that's rather unforgiving. If you end up that far back, you run out of friends, you run out of draft, and sometimes you run out of patience.
Yeah, right now these guys may be getting ready to run out of a little bit of room here as they fire across the line. Bruno still holding on to the lead here as they take him out in front. Not too bad here. They're flying around this track. This has been a definitely great run here so far, Stella. And this is exactly what you want to see. We saw a couple of cautions here, not too bad. We've seen guys make huge saves here, which is already, you see the outside line getting a little squirrely there. Right now, that's kind of being pressed here by Hamrick. Hamrick is now going to be bailed out on as he now gets that huge force of air straight to the nose and to the windshield there. So right now, the best thing that Jason Hastings can do is kind of shove, because right now it's going to feel like they hit the brakes on him. Taking a ride here in the Waffle House machine. Still being led by Bruno out front for just a moment as Slade peeks around and gets another for a moment. Bruno now on the outside, and now interested to see if the 46 is going to be able to kick it into overdrive here of Robertson.
Yeah, I was kind of curious because you were talking about 14 getting all that air and on the windshield and bumper, and the next thing I knew, Bruno was out in front taking it all away.
Yeah, he may be kind of hoping that outside line will be one of the ones that is going to help pull through. Right now, I'm not seeing where...
Sorry. That was a close one for Slade to come through there.
Yep, 49 to go here. Right now, this is looking so far so good. I'm really questioning right now Johnny Williams here. Johnny Williams is now sitting 10th here on the night, qualifying in that number 1 position.
Held it all the way through the first stage and most of the second.
Yeah, and now he's fallen off. Right now his times are still pretty steady. His last lap time was still sitting at a 48.18. I know we definitely would like to get a little better speed and time out there and have that opportunity.
Yeah,
But
especially when Robertson's running a 46.
yeah.
That's not good.
We'll also look at Johnny Taylor down in the 14th position. He's kind of checking out here a little bit, and I don't know if this is a game plan. They may be thinking something else is going to happen, or these guys may have the fuel to kind of stay out of the way and try it again. I know they're down pit road. Oddly enough, for 26 seconds for Johnny Taylor.
Ooh. That sounds like something was definitely either gravely adjusted or some damage was repaired.
Yeah, well, taking a look as we do float over Johnny Taylor. Johnny Taylor's actually the fastest one in that last lap, sitting with about a 47.5 seconds on that lap time. So he's picking up the pace just a little bit, but just enough to stay close. I don't know, Stella. Right now, most of our guys who had run are here in the back, honestly. I mean, Sakosi now down to 8th. You know, we had Cope and Priest that were up front. They're sitting 9th and 10th. You know, John Williams and Johnny Taylor. These guys are now 12th and 14th, which now gives us all new drivers here in the front of Slade, Bruno, Hamrick, Robertson, and Jason Hastings. Right outside the top 5. We're looking at and he's still trying to see if he can get on through.
Yep, Priest just decided the high line. Nope, no, low line is better. I don't know if he's getting loose out there and just got lucky that nobody was next to him, or whether he's trying to find the good draft lane.
All right, well, these guys have run 13 laps under green so far. Right now, Slade is looking to pick up a little more speed here on that outside line and get going again, as it looks like he's got Bruno behind him. Slade out front, Hamrick now second. Hamrick's going to drop down as Bruno's going to get a little more speed, and we're following once again by Robertson in the 46. Continuing the push by Robertson. And Stoney breaking into the top 5 here. Not bad, but we've still got guys who are here in the back switching lanes not once, twice, but 3 times heading out of turn 4. So I don't know if, like I said, Stella, it is hard right now to actually figure out what anybody's doing. They keep shuffling around on the track. Guys are going high. Some guys are laying way back. I mean, way back. Right now, this is speed here by Johnny Taylor. I mean, he's off by 1.2 seconds from the rest of the team.
Yeah, maybe we missed the memo, and at the second stage break, they decided to flip the field. And, you know, like in dirt.
Some of the pit stall times didn't make much sense to me. Priest had a 50-second pit stall time, Sakosi to 26, Cope to the 42. Johnny Taylor with a 16. Most everybody else really about that 14.5 second mark. It seems about normal. I just don't see what happened there.
Well, speaking of out there, Jay's out there chatting away, and he said that he has missed his favorite announcers. And I'm wondering who he's talking about.
Oh, well, I see him making the no hair joke.
I wasn't going to go there. Because you said you were pulling your hair out. And
the hair on my face.
That's when he said, "What hair, Patrick?"
Wow.
It's like, oh, shame. But, yeah, he's a funny guy.
Yep.
Squirrel. Uh-oh. Did I do a squirrel? I hope I didn't do a squirrel. If I did a squirrel, I apologize.
Let's take a look here. Miss Stella, do you have the admin box?
I do not.
Unbelievable.
Never have.
Alrighty. Well, I definitely do want to shout out to your local SEO and marketing and the Squeegee Pros. Window cleaning, gutter cleaning, pressure washing, holiday a light installation. They even have service locations in Grand Rapids, Michigan, Shasta Lake, California, and Long Beach, California. In the next couple of months, they'll be kicking that off. And I don't know about you, Stella, you tuned in. I said I don't know about you. I remember you tuned in back when I was with 10-4 Broadcasting. And I have separated to decide to do it my way. Sponsored a league that was also sponsored by Admin Box. Now, you know Admin Box has a tool that race control drivers, guys who use it for pit road, it is a must-have tool. I don't know how many guys use a Stream Deck or a button box, the Elgato, or whatnot. It depends, because Admin Box is one of those tools that is a must-have. It waves black flags, can throw out the cautions during the stages. Nice light-up buttons, definitely be able to change the pictures on it, even the backgrounds, everything else. So check out Admin Box and tune in for that, and definitely be able to chuck that out there as well. It'll also help the league, knowing that you guys tuned in, will listen to me and what we've got going on here, and definitely be able to push that out, and that you guys can use it. And what if I told you, you know what, let me give you a code. I'm going to give you a code that will give you 10% off any order that you make there with Admin Box. If you use NSR-BOXX, that code will never expire, but you can go ahead and give it a shot. And then and that'll knock 10% off your order to go ahead and get yourself one of these Admin Boxes for your racing rig. Guarantee you'll like it, and you'll be glad you did. It's definitely a must-have tool, especially if you're pitting, especially if you're an admin of a league and you're out here playing your own race control, like Sikosi is out here. He's out here kind of having to do it by himself. And I'm sure he'll be looking, if he doesn't already, have an Admin Box sitting on his rig racing tonight. Now, speaking of Sikosi, right now, the number 8, right now, I'm wondering if he's going to think about changing that car to the number 1 car so he can come away with a win. As he is right now sitting in a position I think he's pretty comfortable hanging out in, but I think Sikosi would like to fight his way back to the front himself.
Oh yeah, and he wins his fair share too, so he can do it in whatever number he wants. Yeah, as far as that Admin Box goes, they are also just getting into, I think, a version 3, and that's pretty cool. So they have a thing up on their website saying that what do you want on your Admin Box? Pit in, pit out, whether they, like you say, wave arounds and fast repairs, even a tire button. But they're asking right now, while they're in development for the version 3, pitch in, to give them some suggestions.
Huh. Yeah, it might be something, being able to talk to your spotter, or being able, instead of buttons on the wheel, that may be an awesome thing. Be able to talk to your spotter and talk to your crew chief. That'd also be pretty cool too.
Yeah. Let's see. Push the top. That'll mute Discord and transmit over iRacing Race Control channel. That's kind of neat, because then you don't have 2 different things.
Oh, yeah.
And they also have special race events for leagues that sponsor the Demolition Derby, a Soapbox Derby, even Roller Derby.
Roller Derby.
Yeah, but you didn't know that one.
Roller Derby. Is that the people on the inline skates trying to tackle each other?
Well, back in the day, there weren't inline skates, but yes, it is. They try to get the guy from the back all the way to the front, and everybody in between tries to stop him. And it's kind of ugly, and it's a lot like wrestling.
Especially when they send that dude over the wall.
Exactly.
Pretty cool. Imagine putting that on Napa on a job application. All right. Continuing through, Slade, Hammer, Bruno, 1, 2, 3. Hastings, I believe, is sitting in that 4th spot. Robertson is in 5th. Stoney Benfield, once again, just outside the top 5 here, as right now, Craig Parks. Not bad. I was just getting ready to poke out, kind of poke in there and say Craig Parks is on the move. 22nd position is where he started. 6th place is where he is now. This is an excellent run here by Craig Parks. I'm loving what I'm seeing here from his vehicle. As he continues this charge on to the front, this is not seeming to slow him down at all. As I'm just wondering if his, with 36 laps left to go, can he hold out? He's got to figure out, when this pit stop time is going to be, and he's got to time it with everybody else. You get stranded out there, his night may be done, as right now the draft is critical for everybody out here. But still, I believe last time we pit was about 23, 24 laps. Guys are going to have to start kind of weighing their options here. When? When is the time?
I'd say in the 40s. Well, I'm sorry, 40 laps, 45 laps. I think they can go on their fuel. So they're halfway there.
All right.
We'll see them, pitting at 95, 100, something like that.
That would be close unless we have a caution in between.
Oh, heavens. That throws everything. And then you always have those guys that, I'm going to do it now so I can stay out then. And off cycle pitting, you call it?
Yes.
Yeah. That's that always throws a wrench in the works. Car's throwing a wrench in the works. Hey. Well, if I do say so myself.
Right. Let's see how a couple of our other guys are doing.
Wee, 14, hold on. Don't come back up. That was interesting.
That should have been Hamrick, if I'm not mistaken. That should have been Hamrick who may have been sliding out of control there.
My goodness.
Hit road for him.
Okay.
Interesting enough, who is coming down? Right now, that should be Hutchinson. He's working his way down as well.
All right. Interesting. Now, we did see a couple other guys going down onto the apron there. I don't know why, but maybe they were having sympathy pains. Oh, aha! I think we have a mass exodus to pit road.
Just in time.
Or?
Well, being able to get slowed up heading in the pit lane here.
Yeah, because you've always told me, oh, you missed this box. Whatever you do, don't go by yourself.
Yeah. And you see there, we'll actually have 2 clutches this time. So, yeah, right now, Hastings, Parks, Benfield, Sikosi, Cope. Should have been, I believe it was Priest came down as well. Come on.
Boy, this is going to string everybody out.
Yeah, that it is. Right now, it's still showing Banks here in the lead. I'm sure Johnny Williams is getting ready to catch him here. Williams doesn't have much time left. There we go.
So, Williams, Payne, Taylor, Bruno. 1, 2, 3, 4. I wish it would show me 1 through 10, but beggars can't be choosers. Oh, our mystery 46, that's Robertson. 60. I'm going to be batty by the end of tonight, I'd like you to know.
You and me both. You and me both.
Your proper answer was, I thought you were already batty.
All right, looks like Timmy Ray has joined us out there in the chat. Appreciate you joining us here, man. This has been it's been a good race, but a rough one on our side. As we continue this roll on through here. Stella, I'm looking at John Williams. I'm looking at Andrew Payne. I'm looking at Johnny Taylor sitting 1, 2, and 3. Mike Bruno and David Robertson are 1 through 5. Priest sits 6. Brandon Banks. Right now, Banks is still out there. We should be taking a look at him as he's sitting right now, I believe, in that 8th. Jason Hastings and Stoney Benfield sitting 9 and 10. Cope, Slade, Parks, and Hamrick. And we saw Hamrick was breaking loose, but he came down a hit almost by himself out there. Didn't really have any help, so that has unfortunately put him 19 seconds down.
Yikes.
From pace. We do have a solid clutch where Jesse Priest is sitting off about 5.8 seconds before he can catch the lead pack here. So Priest showing the 6.4 up there on the gap. On the top now. I don't know if he's steadily losing more here as we're continuing to try to chase it down. I'm wondering what they need to do to work together here. Right now, I think Brandon Banks may have to give him a heck of a shove to get out in front.
Yeah, if they don't work together, they aren't going to go, what, united we stand, divided we fall.
Yeah. 29 laps left to go here, though. And looks like Team Conti, once again, might have made the right call. As it seems everything is just... everything's kind of going their way. Seeing most of them are sitting in the top 5.
All right. Reese is 6th. Okay, so we are looking at the second batch here. Okay. Just confirming. Wow, that's a big gap. A huge gap. I mean, is that a 6-second gap? If I'm reading that right?
Yes.
Ouch.
Mm-hmm. And it's unfortunately, it seems to be steadily getting worse. I don't know if they're going to be able to make up this kind of time here as I'm trying to take a peek at some of their faster times out here. Williams is definitely pulling away from this. I'm sure he's feeling pretty confident here. Right now, the 61 hanging out in that 5th spot. But Priest now down 7 seconds.
Ah, there they are. I've been watching in the corners to see how far back they were as far as, do you need a telescope, binoculars, or, well, just a monocle do.
Yeah. Yeah, well, right now, you do see him kind of radioing up. Whenever you see that, the waves moving where the numbers are, that is the drivers talking amongst each other, trying to figure out what they're going to do to kind of change this up. I'm wondering if they're starting to they're either hanging their heads saying, guys, we ain't going to make it, or we need to get 2 by 2, or something's happening here because they're trying to drum up something to change whatever's going on here because it is not working. Priest now down 8 seconds.
Stoney, Sikosi, and Cope are making an outside line bid for the lead of this group.
Yeah, that should be the Monster Motorsports guys.
But it does look like Banks is going to help Priest to keep them in the front.
Yeah. The key would be is them snugging up as close as they can during the straightaways to help cut away most of that wind downforce that they're fighting right now. If they're able to snug closer together and Sikosi give a push and Brandon Banks give a push, it may be they may have something here. But look at the inside line. See the gap? When you got about 2 car lengths starting to get between drivers, they are doing nothing but losing speed here. As you can see, Priest down 8.5 now. So that may, unless we have a caution, we have 25 laps left to go in this race. And I think
there we go.
That may do it. Yeah, quick little snug up here. You see Sikosi gives Benfield a push, but they are still losing about 2 to 4 tenths a lap.
Yeah, what would be making them plop down on the paint like that, though. Regularly. See? 26, 46, both of them.
Getting loose. The steering's too
Oh.
loose, so he's losing the downforce on the back of the car, so it's starting to steer a little easier.
Ah, okay. I
So.
didn't know whether he was getting the heebie-jeebies, of the guy on the outside line, getting too close, kind of thing, or what. Come on, Rose, tuck up there.
Yeah, he may be a little nervous. I know he wants to give that the car a push there in front of him, but I don't know. I might have to kind of be with him there on that one if Walterman can't settle this one down a little bit.
What did we just We just caught up to 42, Ehrman, on the outside there. That caused everybody to kind of shuffle up, see? Because they had to slow down for Ehrman on the outside.
Yeah. Look at Stoney. Oh,
Yep.
Priest.
Nice move.
Ugh.
Ah. There you go. Ehrman's going to push Sikosi for a little while. Oh, and Priest snug in somewhere. You're getting lost.
All right, Brandon Banks out front now. 8.7.
Okay. And we don't have any change-ups happening in the front group. They're
Nope.
pretty much
Racing
nose to
out to
tail.
about 2 to 3 to go, and then they're going to start pushing each other to the next level and see if they can shuffle each other around.
All right.
Yeah, I think Hamrick kind of got marched out of there. Hamrick was up there in the lead, but remember I said he was off pace. And I believe they put him a lap down now. Got his leaders catching up right behind him here. Yep.
This will be the end of it. Yep, and then Walterman won't be able to get his lap back if they do that push.
Yep.
Wow, like standing still. I mean, he can't even catch up to the back of him. They went by so fast. Wow.
Yeah, I don't think any air pressure is going to fix that one. Right now, they are definitely marching.
Sorry, Timmy.
Marching away with this one, continuing that roll. John Williams has been in the front pretty much 90% here of the night. Unfortunately, he has been marched back there for a little while, fought his way back to the front, and has regained the lead and has never looked back here once. As Andrew Payne and Johnny Taylor sit behind him, I'm interested to know if this is going to be friendly here at the end when they come up to the line.
No friends.
Well,
We're not going to turn each other around, but there's no friends getting to the line. You got to win.
yeah, well, with 20 to go, some of the guys are like, all right, man, we've been doing pretty well here. They're going to tick off probably another 15 more, and I'm waiting to see a little shuffling. I think Johnny Taylor would like to come away with a win. I think Bruno would like to have a heck of a start to this season. Seeing how Corey Hines did last time, kind of blowing out this entire field by win, and then didn't show up for the playoffs, unfortunately. So
Very unusual.
yeah.
Right. Yeah, everybody's staying all nice and tight there. I like it all the way down to Robertson.
Yeah, they're kind of moving around just a little bit. I do want to take a check back on our field here, who was in the back line. Jesse Priest had fought himself back to the front of that pile.
He did, and now you look at him and look at he's fallen back again. What did you do?
I would question if he was working with the number 4. And number 4 tucked on off, and he's got nobody.
Oh.
Because Brandon Banks was in the lead of this pile.
Okay.
Yep. And it looks like the number 4 Chevrolet, the Waffle House machine, up to that 6th spot. Brandon Banks sits 7th. Stoney should be right behind him.
No. Well,
Well,
no.
Walterman is a lap down, and I believe Eddie Rose is some laps down.
Oh, my heavens.
So there goes Brandon Banks. There he goes.
There's
So Stoney's in the 75.
Right.
Stoney's getting ready to slide on up to 7th as Banks continues his march back, going back for Jesse Priest. Cope is in the 59. Cope! Whoa! Yeah, Cope almost made contact here with the 12. Right now, the 12 of Slade would love to be in that top pile, but that is unfortunately not going to happen. And now Cope is in danger of losing this pile.
No, he'll tuck in, and Ehrman's in front. Sikosi is there. He should be okay. Oh my.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is surprising how many of these guys were so close to the front for 60, 70 laps, and then ding. And now they're sitting here fighting for the woo, nice move, Stoney. Oh no. Sorry, I think he got, he got a little push there, and Banks, Stoney wasn't ready for it.
Yeah. I wonder if Walterman's steering ratio is too low. But just notice how wiggly his car is, and I think when he's adjusting it a little bit, it's moving a lot. And what you want to kind of do it as a super speedway is have as much slop as possible. It takes a lot of the tire wear away. And so if he runs a 16-1, it'll definitely help settle that car down a little bit. You see what I mean? How he bounces off that paint so many times. If he's running an 8 or a 10-1, he'll barely nudge the wheel, and then the car carries on and continues to march around all over the track. So that may be, unfortunately, what he's fighting there. And that just comes with a little bit of experience. So Dylan Walterman still sitting in that 15th spot, a lap down, unfortunately. So he is going to head back to the drawing board.
The entire outside line just past Stoney, and Ehrman has ducked off. But Banks and Priest is still giving a little bit more push. I think they're trying to get Cope up there with them.
Right now, it's interesting to see Stoney kind of duck on off from that lead pile, and now he's going to be suffering the consequences.
Yeah.
He's down on the bottom again.
He was cooking. I don't know why he didn't stay with him, but he popped off the front of that line so quick.
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, that should be Ehrman out there.
42.
Yeah, that should be him. Yeah, 42. Right now, they're tucking in behind Ehrman, who's down 40 laps here on the night. As we have
He ain't
14
racing like he's down 40.
Yeah,
he must have gotten an accident.
14 laps left to go here in this race. Top 5 still have yet to remain to change it all here, but we've still got the battle here in the back. Priest once again getting out front, but not completely out front this time as he tucks in behind Brandon Banks. Originally it was the 1 and then the 0. Then now it was originally the 0, then the 1, and now we've switched it around to make it 10. Cope in the 59 trying to slide here on the outside as the 4 behind him is still playing chase, as Jason Hastings in the Chevrolet he has out there. Trying to push through and not going to happen. Stoney getting wiggly there in the back. Ehrman is as well. And a couple of things they're looking to change. Trying to see what they're going to do. I don't see Stoney making making a rash decision here. I think he may just try to hang it out. Sit along here with Benfield.
Where did we lose Sikosi?
Yeah, Sikosi.
Okay, there he just popped up on 12th.
Yep.
Okay, so we lose 4 and 5, but we got 12. Okay.
That's because their lap's down. That's why they're...
Yeah. Just It's kind of funny. It's odd how this tower is a little unusual. A second ago, it said 67 out of 120 laps, and I said, I just stepped into a time warp.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, the 67. Okay, yeah, I know why, because we were taking a look at Dakota Ehrman, who was 40 laps off of this lap.
Oh.
Look at Brandon Banks. Brandon Banks starting to move around a bunch. Jesse Priest doesn't know quite what to do there.
No.
Bad turn here by Banks.
Yeah, but Slade has no problem saying, let's go.
Yeah. Taking a look here. Banks now getting ready to get out front. And behind Slade in the 12. 3 wide. Stoney trying to hold on to it here as Ehrman's up top.
Wow.
Yeah, right now I think Cope would like to put that 4 into the wall here. He's getting a little agitated.
No.
Right now Cope is seeing everybody sliding around here, but with 10 laps left to go.
Yeah, I do believe Robertson may lose the front pack. Has he caught up again?
Robertson?
Yeah. Up in the front.
Yeah, he should have. He's right there in the 46.
Okay. He had fallen back to like over half a second. So.
Yeah, but a couple of these lapped cars getting tangled up in the rest of the pile here will help walk him up.
Okay. But take a look. We're not all in single file anymore.
Yeah. I'm also noticing, I think that may also be Craig Parks out there in the 17 that we see. I think we're used to seeing Craig Parks in the 32.
No, I have him in the 17. 32? No. Marshall Harris. I haven't seen him run.
Okay. That may have been last season.
All right.
Yep.
We got a race.
Yep. Right now I see Bruno on the outside. So far so good. Bruno trying to get a little work done here. As Robertson now slides to the outside. He's got third at the moment. 93 of Payne. And his Chevrolet. Robertson's only Ford here in the top 5. Johnny Taylor still sits back waiting in the 88. Not too bad as these guys side by side here. I'm not noticing anybody really giving up any extra room. So it's starting to kind of become crunch time here with 8 laps left to go. Sitting inside Johnny Taylor's car as he's getting ready to pass Bruno here. Got a fender on him. Yep, now he's starting to put him behind. Not quite just yet. As Bruno's looking to still put up a fight here. 46 machine needs to give a heck of a shove. Craig Parks gets his nose in there. And now we got a race here. And only the front 5 here you see are in the top 5. 14 and 17 are laps down.
Yeah, right Stoney Benfield in the second group is actually in 6th place.
Yeah, John Hamrick is the one in the 14 machine out there, and Craig Parks in the 17 machine out there. So these 2 guys in the back, so interesting enough, they have 2 lapped cars helping with rear downforce elimination as they continue on the push. Contact will be made out here, so I'm sure we're getting ready to see if Johnny Taylor wants to give a shove here in the back of the 93. It'll get this inside line moving again as the outside line has a run. Bruno out front, only 3/4 made it, but oh yeah. Right now, John Williams not taking that away. Snugs up right against him again and just barely beating him here as they are right now looking in each other's doors. Moving on through, 93 of Andrew Payne still sitting behind yellow.
No.
Caution is out.
Well, we're going to have to go back and see what happened in the second group because we were looking at these guys nice and close, and they were perfect. This will change up the scenery. Talk about a 5-lap shootout.
Yeah, I think I see some damage here to the back end of Stoney's machine. Yep, front bumper's gone. The rear bumper's gone.
On.
Yeah, and the rear faceplate. Something happened there. I think Jesse Priest had to tow.
Oh. Oh, that's number 4 in the
Yep.
pits
So
too.
this was a big one. Hold on, everybody. Let me see if I can roll this back and find out where we ended up. All right, everybody. I think we got this one narrowed down here. Let's take a look. Stoney Benfield here in the 75. Looks like he gets a nudge here from the 12, but it doesn't turn him. It gets him knocked, but what ends up happening is he returns back to the track, and it collects everybody. Ehrman gets hammered, hits the 46.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars. Oh, my heavens. Yeah, and 12's just driving. Well, he's going to make a short way to the pit stop with Priest. And that's where we came up to him, riding there with no back bumper.
Well, oddly enough, some guys who decided to pit may be able to overtake this race. Yeah,
I take it the front guys didn't?
No, they did not.
Oh, wow. So all the guys in the back are going to have fresh tires, and they're going to line up right next to them. That would be a shocker.
Yeah, as we keep...
Dakota pops in. You could come to the infield care center, dear, and talk to us about it. He says, been fortunate enough to get caught up in every big wreck. Spent 30 minutes repairing the car, was finally competitive, and wrecked again. Yeah. Now, you tell me how you come back from that. That's a heartbreaker.
Robertson, Banks, Cope, and Sikosi came down pit.
Okay.
That's going to leave 5, 6, 7, and 8 out there on the track. Still on fresh tires, while 1, 2, 3, and 4 are not. They've been out there. They've been out there 33 laps on the same tires.
Yikes.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. We'll see if Stoney is able to return out there. Don't know if Stoney is still down pit road, but I show him mobile.
Oh. Mr. Hastings. He says, who are you calling they? I wish I had a rewind. I don't know. Number 4 car?
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, Rose is pushing Stoney Benfield?
I believe so. Stella, taking a look here at our schedule that we have coming up. We should have Atlanta coming up after the Daytona race.
Atlanta, 163 laps?
I believe so. Is that on Wednesday?
No, that'd be the Xfinity League. Wednesday is the Cup League. It actually might be both of them, but I'm just talking Xfinity because that's what we're playing right now.
Okay. Well, the NSR being between both of them here, I was trying to weigh what we've got coming up on the 21st and the 24th of next week.
Let's see, quick schedule. Let's see, 24th is Atlanta for Xfinity. And the 21st is Atlanta for the Cup Series.
Excellent. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get this one. 2 laps left to go here in this race. Right now, we are being led by Mike Bruno, John Williams, Andrew Payne, and Johnny Taylor. This is going to be a shootout here right toward the end. Remember, guys on tires and guys who are not are here all in the front. We'll keep an eye here on right now with Bruno, as Bruno now drops down to third. Continuing on through, it looks like John Williams is going to have this one, but not so fast. Sikosi's still in the chamber back here. 4 tires and back out he went. So kind of toying around with it here. If Sikosi's going to be able to kind of kick it into overdrive and sling out there. No person.
No. Oh my goodness, that was close.
Yeah, well, right now I can assure you, right now Johnny would like to get back up front. Johnny Taylor making the move. That is Brandon Banks and the one getting a little loose there in the back. 88 sliding around just a little bit. We'll kind of stick here with the front 5. I'm interested to see with this last lap here if the 93 is going to make the shift. Here's the shove to the 5. Continuing on, Sikosi out to the outside as Johnny Taylor makes the block. Johnny Taylor makes the block. Sikosi down to the back. The one of Brandon Banks on the inside. He's going to give a shove. I'm interested. Oh, man. Could you imagine if the one rotated up and gave a cutoff to Taylor?
Ooh,
Banks now to the inside, still sliding through. Now that's going to give a block here where it doesn't look like the 93 is going to be able to squeak out. 93 gets loose, and Johnny Williams comes across. So John Williams wins the race here.
What in the world? Oh, my heavens. Yeah, that was very, very, but Banks came in third. That was so close and so crazy and so good.
Wow, great run here so far. John Williams coming away with the win, first win here of the season. Wow. What an excellent drive here by the number 5.
Yes. Yes. 93 and number 1. All right. I agree, Jay. Another crazy finish. These guys know how to put on a show.
Yeah, that they do. All right, everybody, hold on just a moment. We're going to cut the commercial here, or kind of a stage break here, and we'll kind of reel these guys in and kind of see how this race went. Brandon Banks got bashed around, but still came in for a 3rd place finish. Not bad. All right, guys, hold on. All right, everybody, we are catching up with our second place finisher here, the 93 machine of Andrew Payne. Andrew, we kind of shuffled around this track a whole bunch here tonight. Talk to me a little bit about it.
Yeah, first first goal of the night was just to survive, and stage one was a little chaotic at the end, and stage two kind of got rooted out of the groove and went to the back, and then went back to the front, and yeah, it was just a game of sort of right line, right time type deal, and third stage rolled around, and sort of knew what our pit strategy was going to be from sort of sort of even before the race started, from some of the official races earlier this week, and we were sort of questioning if we can make three cars work, and we came in and hoped, and we ended up actually getting really good stop, and I think the five of us that were pushing basically to the end there were we were hooked up really good, and it was a shame to see that caution come out about five to go, but we still kept it together. I was committed to pushing John there to the win, so was happy I was able to do that.
No, there was definitely an odd shootout here to the line where guys were getting really loose. Johnny Taylor there on the outside was getting having some issues there, getting pushed by Brandon Banks. I don't know if the contact there right at the end, man, you almost spun out there. I mean, were you guys kind of radioing up to each other, or what the heck?
Yeah, that last little bump, I think it was from Brandon, like you were saying. That was, I mean, that was just all racing hard to the line. He gave me a shot. I didn't quite expect it to sort of drift how it did, and I mean, thankfully, none of us wrecked in the process, because it would have been a shame to have wrecked across the line like that, or wrecked and lost the spots that we did. But sometimes these cars like to unload a little bit in the tri-oval. Not quite as much as the corners, but definitely a little bit more than they should probably. And yeah, the tri-oval's a little bit of a sensitive place, and had that been halfway through the race, I would have been a little more upset with getting pushed that hard. But coming to the checkered flag, it's a little different. Um, I'll take a push like that, especially if it solidifies the spot I was in. But yeah, it was a little hairy there at the end, and glad, like I said, glad it was the last lap and not earlier in the race.
Atlanta next week. You prefer that track or this one?
Man, I don't like super speedways at all in general. So the next two
Oh
weeks
dear.
of yeah, the next 2 weeks are a little bit rough. This is actually my best finish of the week for all my racing, so happy to come home with the second. But here's a little more straightforward. Tires don't wear quite as much. You sort of know what your fuel burn is. You can sort of save a little bit. Atlanta's sort of a beast. I'm not quite sure how to tame. It's a lot heavier tire wear for the similar speeds that we're running here, and we do have to. There's a potential for us to having to let off a little bit into the corner, so we're not sliding up. And for all I know, we could be single filed out the entire race next week if it gets a little bit too crazy. But we'll see. We'll see how some of the races throughout the beginning of the week go, and we'll sort of gauge what we got from there, and hopefully Atlanta yields sort of the same results. Maybe a win this next time there, but top three is nothing to complain about.
No.
Shout out time.
Well, first and foremost, huge shout out to you guys for broadcasting as always. I'm looking forward to going back and watching this thing
Oh
back. It was
no, don't.
it, it was it was exciting from the driver's seat. So huge shout out to all the guys who put on this league. I'm hoping to run full time this year, or this season. I mean,
All right.
looking forward to seeing how that goes. Huge shout out to Team Conti Sim Performance. Would not be running up front without their bad fast setups under the hood. Huge shout out to all the fans that come out and support the league, the broadcast, the drivers. Really appreciate you guys coming out and watching us run some ovals this weekend. And shout out to all the fellow competitors, Bruno, David, all those guys. It was a ton of fun to run with that with everyone tonight, and looking forward to seeing how next week goes.
All righty, Andrew. Congratulations on your finish, man, and good luck to you in Atlanta.
Thank you.
All right, that goes and gets us squared away for our second place finisher. We're going to rotate back to third, where we actually find Brandon Banks was. Brandon, you seem kind of not very confident here. Early, just barely before the end of the race, but we come away with a third place finish here.
Yeah, well, the goal here is just to survive to the end. So that was our goal was to at least be there in the third stage. So, we all went in right after those guys, thinking that we could maybe get out. I think a lot of the people who came in with me, they just didn't get in and out, and I just had no help there for a little bit. But it just let that other group just drive away. So I think that if we wouldn't have called a caution, that front five, they were hooked up. There was really no way we could catch them. So we knew it was kind of a race for the for sixth on back, really. And the way they started driving there with about 10 to go, we were like, well, let's just try to stay in the front of this pack and hope they wadded up behind us, and that's what they did. But I mean, bad things, they took my entire team out with them, so it is what it is. So.
Was tire strategy the key to any part of the ending here?
Not really. I mean, every time I went in, my tires were like 99. I mean, it really
Wow.
didn't help it. It wasn't bad. So, it was really just track position and just trying to make sure you were there at the end. These races always kind of come down to just, being in the right position. And if you do get that green flag pit stop, trying to get out with the front group. And, I mean, those guys up front, they had the right strategy. We thought maybe we could get out with them and at least hook up in the back of them and stay with them. But there was a little bit of an issue the lap before we pitted, and it kind of checked the field up a little bit. And I think that's all it took was just a little bit of that, and they just gained that extra second or two on us, and we just couldn't stay with them. So, I think it's just more or less just track position here. Honestly, I didn't really feel like the tires really had much difference at all here.
Atlanta's next week, and we're going to the super speedway this time. No passing below the red line, but how do we keep this this solid roll going on?
I think we're going to do the same thing we did this week and just try to keep it clean. That one's going to be a little more dangerous, a lot tighter track. It's going to be a lot tighter track to pass. And I think just trying to make it. These are long races, and these people sometimes just don't understand that you got a long ways to go. So, just try to, keep yourself clean the whole race, and keep the car intact so that you actually can make a run at the end. So, I say we'll go there next week, and at least we finished third here, so we can go in there and try to run a little bit. At least we got some points this week, so we'll see. I said I hate these 50 plate races. I can't wait till we get past them and get on with the season. Be honest with you.
All right, well, definitely we'll be through them no matter what. Vegas, and then I believe it's Phoenix after that, if I'm not mistaken.
That'll work. I can do that.
All righty, well, Brandon, shout out time.
Yeah, so the DBR guys, great. Appreciate them. Appreciate you guys for doing what you do up here. Mark and everybody that puts it on. Negus Paint Shop. Just everybody that comes out and watches us every week. Just appreciate everybody. And like I said, we'll go on next week and try to survive. We'll see what happens.
Oh yeah. All right, Brandon. Congratulations on the third place finish, and we'll catch you next round.
All right, thanks guys.
All right, Brandon Banks still moving on here. Not bad. Jason Hastings out there asking if he's chopped liver, long-winded junior.
Yikes.
Yeah. Right
No
now,
comment.
yeah, I'm seeing Dale Earnhardt Jr. there on the side of the 88 here with Taylor. But that is going to bring us to our race winner here of John Williams. What a race this was here. John, you were up front most of this night, man, and definitely in a commanding fashion. Team Conti and you did a heck of a job. What do you say?
Yeah, it was a good night. I knew either wanted to be up front and kind of stay up there, or probably be in the very back. So we all, qualified good and was able to kind of control the pace somewhat, of how fast we wanted to go and stuff, and it worked out for us.
How concerned were you when the caution came out at lap with 6 to go?
I wasn't terrible especially when Robertson pitted, so that put him and Bruno not hooked together, right? So, I still think we had the numbers as far as help wise. I mean, you're still gonna worry because you just never know at this place, right? anything can happen. But I knew I had a teammate that was going to stay latched on to me for sure, right behind me. So that's always a pretty good feeling when you have that, you know. I didn't see them getting a big enough run to be able to get it, but you just never know at these places. Man, we could have somebody get hooked and hit me in the right quarter panel, you know, in the
Yep.
fence. You just never know how these are going to finish. You just never really know. So it ended pretty well.
Yeah, we saw it look like Sikosi was trying to work his way up the right side, almost with a little bit of help with him, but Johnny Taylor actually stuck out there and gave him a quick block right before you guys crossed for the final lap, man. But
Right.
I would say, you know, you led 90% of this race here. Definitely good
Right.
pit strategy. Everything else. Is this kind of the same strategy we take into Atlanta next week?
Probably, I would say so. It'd probably be more of a try to survive there. But yeah, I would say for the most part, yeah. You know, I think queuing up fronts were pretty important for the pit spot stall and stuff. So it'd probably be the same kind of strategy
All right.
there as well.
Well, I think you've been a champion of this league once before. Corey Hines almost had it last season, but he was a kind of a no-show there toward
Right.
the end. You know, kind of what does this line you up for? Are we back in the winners circle this season?
I mean, if as long as Corey don't show up.
Oh dear.
He's just so fast in these cars. Man, he's tough. He's very hard to beat. And but no, we're good. We got a good package. Nick's been making really fast sets every week, so we're very good and feel like we're in a pretty good spot.
Alrighty. Taking a look at the schedule, is there a track or a race that you've circled and that you're pretty excited about coming away with possibly another win?
I'll be honest with you, I can't remember. Let me see I mean, I think all of them are Las Vegas. Phoenix, I like a lot. Auto Club. There's a bunch of good ones I feel like that fit our what we can do. I'm not sure I make Atlanta next week because of work, but I'll probably make the rest of them after that. So Talladega will be another good one. We're always fast on super speedways, and the more teammates you have, the better you're obviously going to be on a plate track, right? So,
Right.
but yeah, this is a really good season I feel like for us as far as sets go, as far as tracks and stuff, for us being competitive and fast. I feel pretty good about all of them.
Yeah. All right, Bam. Well, shout out time.
Just thank everybody at Team Connie and Nick Ottinger for building our sets, and teammates behind me, Andrew and Johnny, for a lot of good pushing all night. Thank y'all for the broadcast, and Mark and them for putting it on the series.
Yeah, no problem, buddy, and congratulations on your finish, man. We'll hopefully we'll see you next week.
Yes, sir. We'll try to. Appreciate it. Thank y'all.
Take it easy. All right, and once again, congratulations out there to John Williams coming away with the win here tonight. Stella, we are looking for the Xfinity Series that will be heading to the Atlanta Motor Speedway, and we're also talking the Super, kind of the Super Speedway here. So they'll have one lap to go ahead and get them qualified up and ready to go. But Stella, anything left to add here other than...
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hey, as always, whether the behind the scenes is trying to kill us or not, these guys put on good racing, and we put it out there for you. If absolutely necessary, watch it on mute.
Yeah, make your own commentary. Send it to me, and maybe we'll get you here in the booth. But definitely the NSR Xfinity Series brings it to another close here at Daytona with John Williams coming away with the win. Excellent job tonight. We'll see the Xfinity Series at Atlanta. Next time you will see us is with the National Oval Racing Association there on Tuesday. Lock and load for that one. That one should be an excellent one. Stella, we are going to be heading to none other than Daytona. So we'll see those guys getting ready to kick that one off. To kind of round out their week, kind of keep up. Should be a fantastic race, especially how we saw how the duels went. That was an exciting run to see that all come together. But from all of us at SimTraX Broadcasting, keep in mind, look out for the streams. But until next time, be well, be safe, be kind, and rock on, guys. Keep safe, be well.